Hey, how's it going, you guys? You'll never believe what I did the other night. I read all fucking 400 and whatever pages of Glenn Maxwell's deposition from 2016. I did it. I had to listen to what the snake sounds like, right? I don't know this woman. I don't even know much background on her, but I know the story. I'm following the fucking saga. So this is a tiny piece of the saga. And this is what I'll tell you I retained from it. When she's lying, or when she knows she's had, she goes, because she's looking at emails or whenever they bring up emails. So her obviously attention goes to the papers to clarify the emails, but you can tell it in the choosing of the words, that she knows she's had. But obviously, she does a very good job at covering up any sort of guilt. So after reading this, what I take back from it is that, you know, she does a good job at saying that she wasn't involved with anything. So I believe her. I believe her. But this is what I will tell you. She loves to swim around this whole, if you're 17 in Florida, you can give a massage. So whenever they're asking her, with the underage girls or underage people giving massages, she says, well, that's not the appropriate way because they were appropriate age. Appropriate age to her was a minor, because to Florida, as a masseuse, it's a minor. But of course, what is in question here is a larger circle, is a larger problem about Jeffrey Epstein. So, look, they might get her on other crap, on her own businesses, on her own charities, on the other people she knew. Maybe they'll get her on that. I don't know. I don't know what happened between 2016 and between her arrest in 2020. Because reading that and all the redacted and all the people, shit was going down. Shit was going down. So the fun part about reading the redactions is you can put whatever name you want. So sometimes I'm reading and I'm like, oh, maybe it's Barry Sotero over there. Or maybe they're talking about, obviously, I think it's Prince Andrew, because, again, most of these stories for us came out later. So this it seems as though this deposition went through the ranks of, who's going to know about it? Because a lot of stories about Prince Andrew in the mainstream media came out this year. So there was so much going on in here. So other takeaways, very important. They ask, did Jeffrey Epstein ever ask you to carry his baby? Or did he ever ask, X, Y, and Z to carry his baby? Did he ever mention carrying the baby? And she goes, there's nothing, don't ever, it's like nothing with babies. Don't ask me anything with babies. He's never said anything about babies. And the wording, of course, carry a baby. Because even then, you get them through step one. And it's all about, like, make sure, the other important part was any minors that weren't friends and family, that didn't, and very, very interesting, because it's like, were they invited and they came with friends and family? So basically, in trial, like, again, if you're following a lie versus a truth, let's say this whole thing, again, it's not about Glenn, it's about a ring and how it can lead up to everybody and everything. So she loves to say, if there were ever minors in these houses, yada yada, it was because of the friends and the yada's family. That's who was here. So, in a twisted world, and again, I've had a situation in my life where I was like, fuck, was that actually the motherfucker's kid? Or was it actually his blank? So, they would say, well, let's use a perfect example. Barry Sotero came to my house, and the house, he was there, but he said that was his nephew. How am I supposed to not believe blank is his nephew? That they brought his nephew. So that's what they're gonna say. They're gonna say, I was told that. I was informed that. I was under the impression that when these people came in and they had those children, yada yada, that they were all family. So she'll go back her deposition. Other interesting parts in the deposition. She loves to call the accuser, because this all has to involve the defamation suit. So they're very tight on certain things. If there is ever a story about a lawyer from another thing, her lawyer is there. Objection, because if you're bringing up something from a different case or a different lawyer was included, yada yada. But fuck, it's the emails, man. It's the emails that get it clean. It's the emails where Jeffrey Epstein is saying, how we're gonna deal with this. She's crying rape. She's crying rape. How are we gonna twist this? It's the emails that's getting it. It's the emails that are getting everybody. Again, 2016. So it was like 2016 was the email apocalypse, because all of these fucking truths were coming out. And God bless every single man and woman who's had to deal with this, who are not aware and who had to learn through it and had to witness it. And to be honest, you heard the stories. I mean, if you don't know by now that members of the NYPD, members of the FBI in New York, after they got the Wiener laptop, they were sick. They were puking. They couldn't take the disgust, the fucking. Anyway, y'all do their own research. Back to the story, the deposition. It's interesting to be it's interesting to listen to her speak, listen to words like that, because you're like, again, this has got to be real. This has got to be real. It's not written like a script. There's moments where you're like, God damn, this is a great movie. But she loses it. There's a moment where the lawyer goes, let me put it in the record that Ms. Maxwell slammed her fist on the table. It does feel like a movie sometimes. But the greatest takeaways, of course, is her avoiding guilt. So it's all about, I don't remember when I met this person. I don't remember what happened that was many years ago. I don't remember ever meeting this person. I don't know this person. So, again, I don't hear her voice, so you can't tell this isn't exactly what's true or not. But it's very, very fishy. She's very, very good. She's very, very good at swimming through the bullshit. But the main issue here is she's a liar, and I'm telling the truth, right? This is the narrative for most of these swamp creatures. And again, and I'm going to advocate for this. I believe in forgiveness, Jesus Christ, forever and ever. But you got to work towards the forgiveness. It's like AA. You got to admit you have a problem first. So one of the good questions as well. Did you know that Jeffrey Epstein was abusing anybody? And she loves to fish around the questions. I can't answer that, rephrase that. It's very, very funny. It's very funny, but sad because there's a lot of people that were hurt here. So, and one of the main vocabulary that the lawyer liked to use against her was, okay, you said this was an obvious lie. So is this an obvious lie? Is this an obvious lie? And so, it's very interesting because you have so many different characters, right? You have so many different perspectives. So you're like, wow, imagine how this girl's feeling if this is true. Imagine if this person came out and then they literally saying, she said these words to me, which is like the younger the better might have been one of them, and stuff like that. This was a good one. Did you ask or try to get in contact with any family members of the accused, the defendant, the accuser, that client, by contacting the friends and family, so that you could make a deal, basically, or start to get dirt on her, or basically start to defame her character, so that she can look like the wacko, the one fabricating this entire story. That was a good deflection. Oh, it's very interesting if you can read the whole thing. I don't know what else to say other than it's interesting to listen to the wording people choose when they're guilty. It's interesting to hear people try to change the subject when they know they're guilty. So trying to avoid these things is almost like an admission of guilt. Come on, Ghislaine. Seriously. So one of the big lies is when it's GM on the flight log, is that you? No. It could be anybody. And these flight logs are not even recognized as real. So denying the authenticity of certain things. Then there's a big blow up of the black book, the address book, right? This is a stolen document. Ooh, she gets defensive. This was a stolen document. So there's some interesting chapters, and maybe it is fabricated. Who knows? But it's a good read, and I'm thinking about making it into a podcast. What do you think, you guys? If I remember some other good points, maybe I'll come back. But for now, peace out. Thank you, fam.